I thought that the following story was a satirical story, and I was shocked to realize that it isn't. And it's about right-wing journalist, I guess, for lack of a better term, Erik Rush, who has repeatedly called for an armed revolution against the American government. He believes President Obama is a Marxist tyrant who will use Muslims as foot soldiers against the American people. Of course, he's kind of running out of time for that. And to top it all, he believes that white Americans are suffering from something called negrophilia, which is an undue and inordinate affinity for black people. Remember, just as a point of reference, that Erik Rush himself is African American. So he wrote a column on WorldNet Daily, and he argued that actually the Obama administration may have been behind the shooting down of Malaysian Airlines flight MH17. And he says that what it may have been was the White House working in concert with the Ukrainian government in order to conspire to blame Russian-backed militia groups for the clash. And he says that it all just would make perfect sense, that the motive is there. This is a theory. Hypothesis maybe is a better term, or at least the colloquial definition of theory, from right-winger Erik Rush. And he says, given the geopolitical climate and the duplicity of the Obama administration, we may never know the whole truth, but the fact is that Washington and Kiev would have had quite a bit to gain politically in the intentional downing of this jet and the implication of pro-Russian militias. Oh yes, I realize this will be viewed by some as the anti-Obama far-right conspiracy theory, but I believe that it is at least as viable as viable a proposition as the administration's narrative. I love when conspiracy theories rise merely from a concocted, purported motive with no other evidence, because motive alone, as we know, Lewis, is the weakest type of conspiracy theory, one that is based solely on motive, and often concocted hypothetical motives themselves based on false premises.
Right. So just because someone has something to gain from an incident means that they are connected to it somehow. I mean, that's like saying that every time, I don't know, a stock splits, that you could link an individual shareholder to it somehow. It makes no sense.
No, and if for whatever reason, it's not stopping people like Erik Rush from theorizing about this. And the thing is, we have an environment right now that is ripe for this type of stuff, because the hatred of President Obama is running so deep. It is so visceral a response that people have to President Obama, for better, for worse, the good things he's done, the bad things he's done, that we have an environment that is just ripe for the taking, for presenting these types of insane hypotheses, isn't it?
People love it, and it's entertaining. It's entertaining to read about and even cover, which is why we're doing it. But it's also important to cover it, because we just kind of need to make sure that people know that this nonsense is out there, and to be careful what you read.